Cũng bây hoa sáng mông mùa của những cái đau thương của mua khởi disability hoa tia spina bifida. Spina bifida is a birth defect where the membrane of my back isn't really like the spinal cord isn't really like developed well. So my brain can't really send messages to like my lower body to like function.
My name is Erica Yang. I am 22. I am hard of hearing and I have a learning disability. Hard of hearing is when someone, it's kind of like people who are like can't really hear, so like deaf, but kind of like you can hear some words, you can hear little things, but not entirely.
A person with a disability is the term that I usually use. Sometimes I shorten it, just say disabled. Special needs is cool too, but that's not a term I use often.
I prefer the person who is just normal. But most of the time they're kind of like open about it in the end. They're like, oh, okay. I think to me, they assume things, but I think in the other words, they come to me as a person and tell me, okay, what do you have? Like, what's this? Oh, this stuff is actually really cool. Like,
my parents came in 1988 and I was born in 1992. That gap isn't long enough for them to like really go out and like see what like all the diverse people around them. And so like for them, especially since like being new to a country where they have to learn the culture and the language and everything is so new to them, it's like they had no idea what to even do with me. And so like there would be like times when like I would have to like stay home or something because like most weekends we'd be at like a relative's home or something, and like I wouldn't be able to get inside, or I would have to leave my wheelchair out and like crawl in or things like that. And so I would have to like stay home a lot. Also, there was a big issue. I used to love going to the soccer tournaments, July 4th at Como. But like Como was so hilly. And they used to put the food court right at the top of like the biggest, deepest hill. And so that used to be like such a huge barrier for me. I would have to always go around and through like all the cooking and all the icky, fatty stuff that they dump out just to get to like my aunt's food booth at the time and things like that. Yeah.
sometimes when you're younger, you don't really know what you have. You just assume that you're just in a special class. But as soon as you get older, you kind of realize that, oh, I have this and I have this. What can I do to challenge myself with that, having a disability? I learned to educate myself and how my parents educate me and educate other students that like, this is what I have, this is what I am, or who I'm meant to be.
Definitely, my mom tried everything. She heard about this one type of herbal medicine that I could bathe in and it would make me stronger. I used to hate that. She tried going to church. She did a lot of shaman ritual stuff. Well, had someone do them. Not a lot, but she also consulted a psychic once. That really did, growing up, that really did a number on my self-esteem in a negative way, because I was just trying to find myself and who I was. There was never a time where I felt that I I felt bad or less than because of my disability, but I was often shown that there was something wrong with me, or that like I was less than or something.
So I was growing up, I had to go to a lot of like doctor treatment. I had to go with my dad, go see a shaman, go see if they can heal me. I think now today as a Hmong community, everyone treats me as a sick kid. I think when you think about being Hmong is like under like looking at like our religion, it's so big right now. Since we grew up with two religions, since it's our parents to be shaman or be Christian. And I think growing up with both of them, it challenged me to like understand what their beliefs are.
I think that in not just persons with disabilities, I think, with things like disability, cancer, mental health, there's a lot that I think there needs to be more outreach and more education about within our community, and also more opportunities for persons with disability to be a part of the community, because a lot of times we're often shut out of the community. Going back to Hmong people being farmers, a lot of times, like if you have a child who can't work on the farm, who has a disability and can't work on the farm, that child sort of becomes a liability, another mouth to feed that can't give back. And Hmong people are always about giving back to the people who fed you, and so being disabled has become a stigma in our community. Definitely there needs to be more exposure to persons with disabilities, to show that it isn't a stigma, and show other people show able-bodied persons in our community that there are different ways of dealing with disabilities than just locking them up and hiding them away. Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's not really talked about as much. So I feel like it should be more open, instead of like having Hmong people be really ashamed of like having shames and having those like stigmas and stereotypes. What I like to see change is how like I just want to see how Hmong people would just like be more educated of understanding like their children's like disabilities, and like learn how to ignore those stigma and their stereotype and trying to like have faith in themselves.
A good and meaningful life, to me, is one where you live to your heart's desire, overcoming whatever barriers that you feel is keeping you back from living the life that you've always wanted. One filled with love and hope and peace. I think just making it on my own is a big accomplishment. That's something that a lot of folks, especially in our community, doesn't expect me to do. And so I, successfully am living on my own. I'm in college right now.
I think to me, it's to be who you are. Because in the reality, no one's perfect. You just have to be yourself and understand that and have a voice.